Hi, welcome to the Average Joe podcast. I'm your host here, Joe, and today we're talking Kevin Samuels. So I got introduced to Kevin Samuels about 4 or 5 months ago from one of my girlfriends, and it's honestly been life-changing. And I don't honestly think I've been the same person since. And I know I'm not, because every time I come across women, groups of women, anything, I'm like, have you heard of Kevin Samuels? What are your thoughts and feelings toward him? Just because I think he's opened up a discussion that's been needing to be had with women, and especially women in my demographic. So I just keep asking them. And the thing I find about women is that the women who've heard of him are immediately like, no. He's too mean, he's too harsh, the things he's saying, those are unrealistic. All these it's just bashing him, it's negativity toward him, and I'm just out of curiosity, just why? Because in my opinion, he's saying nothing but the truth. And I know it comes off harsh, it comes off insensitive, but it is the truth. And the thing is, he's given us proof of how it's the truth, because listen to the women who call in. Listen to the rhetoric that they spew. Listen to the mentality that they have. Listen to the expectations and the belief systems that they have. And you're like, well, he's not lying, because the women who are calling in are your average, everyday, regular women. These are us. So this is the mentality that a lot of us carry, and have been carrying, and have been passed down to us. Because a lot of the women are, they range from 20 to 40 something. And it's truly saddening sometimes when you have the 40-year-old or 40-something women call in, and you even hear their mentality okay, well, you didn't grow up from the 20-something-year-old self, or even the 30-year-old something-year-old self. You still aren't, it still hasn't clicked. Because women get in there and they're like, oh, I need this 6 figures, and I need all of this, and you're just so what do you bring, or how do you expect to get that? And you're just oh no, you're supposed to magically just fall from heaven and then just walk right into your thing, walk right into your world, and then just solve all your problems. And it's that's not how it works. Because also, if you were that man, would you pick you? Or if that man was your son and the daughter was you, would you be accepting of that? And I don't think sometimes we put that into perspective. We look at ourselves and we don't understand, it's just this whole thing of gender roles and who plays what part, and all these roles. It's so we've tried to do so much of feminine power, all these things, and it's that's just not how it realistically works. When each couple, everything is very different. But for the expectations that a good vast majority of the women have, they want oh, this super provider man, this, alpha male, this, oh, he doesn't have any kids, and it's, you're starting this new foundation, and it's he's not going to cheat. He's not going to do anything. He's just going to be all about you. And it's well, what about you makes you so deserving? What about you stands out from the multitude of women out there? They have options, and it's you kind of get on there, you're just here's so many women not understanding that men have options. Just the same way we have options. Our options are just different. And it's so sad sometimes when women live in a delusion. If you are overweight, you do understand your options are different than a woman who's more in shape. And it doesn't make her any better or any this. The options are just different. And I might have not really realized that, because I was overweight. I still kind of am, whatever. But when I was more extremely overweight, I could definitely see the kind of guys that approached me and things. And then when I've lost a little bit more weight, started focusing on my femininity, started working on myself, started understanding what guys aren't necessarily looking for, it's a different realm of guys that approach me. It's a different realm of opportunities. And when they say, quote unquote, pretty girl privilege, it's real. I'm not saying I'm a pretty girl and I got some magical privilege, but even coming from the person I was to the person I am and the person I'm planning to like grow into, it's night and day. And I wish that women focused on themselves so much like more and stop giving, guys this, upper power. Because, once you do, you just succumb to all of them. Why aren't you in the best shape? Why aren't you in touch with your feminine power? Why aren't you, just more in tune with yourself to present a guy? Because it's seemingly why guys, they're very attracted to looks. Looks matter. And it's saddening sometimes when you come across women who don't put that to importance, and they'll give you the excuses. Oh, I work. And you're like, okay, well, you're not the first person in the world to work. Oh, why, do you have 2 jobs, 3 jobs? Like, what is your real excuse? Like, even if you're a mother, there's people who get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go jogging every day. There are people who make time for the things that they want to make time, for the things that they put at the forefront. So I wish that women would not bash Kevin and would actually listen to what he says and take in tune to what he says, because it would really benefit you. And we would stop seeing so many single women, and we'd see more women in more healthier relationships. We'd see more women in tune with their feminine selves. We would see more women being women and okay with just being women. And not like, oh no, because the man could do this, I could do that, and it's not equal. It'll never be equal. The more we try to make it equal, the more it becomes more apparent how unequal we are. And I really want to thank my friend for really introducing me to him about 4 months ago, just because I'm soon to be turning 27. And he calls this, once you turn 27, the quote unquote danger zone. And this is where your prospects and all these opportunities, all these things kind of start to wean away, because you're going further and further away from your youth. And it's a hard pill to swallow, ladies. Nobody wants to hear they're getting old. You're getting past your prime. Oh, the younger girls are gonna come in and swoop in and take it over. And it's hard truth, but if you can, again, get in tune with yourself, focus on yourself, build confidence, it can take you far. And I'm only posting this video or talking about this video because I just want women to stop bashing Kevin. He's not here to bring you down. He's more here to help you realize your reality. Because again, I only say this delusion that women come across because when I've talked about certain things, asking women, why are you overweight? Why are A, B, and C going on with you? Why are you single? I'm 26 going on 27. I hang around a lot of women who are 30, 31, 32, 29, in the, latter years. And I'm like, why are you single? I'm just asking this because I don't want to turn around and be single the same, no offense, but I kind of want to learn now so that I can do better for myself. And these women, and these aren't uneducated women. These are very educated women, and you're just inquiring what's going on. And you see, they focus so much on education that they lacked the gaining of cooking and cleaning and building a household and, catering to people's parents. And there's so many different factors, even being in relationships, going, they were, so entrenched in that, they didn't give themselves a chance to focus on. And now they want to go back and focus on it. And it's is it a little too late? Are you amendable? And we have to take this perspective even into jobs. When a job sees you, sometimes they'd rather the young new recruit because they're inexperienced, they're amendable, they're easily, you can kind of mold them into what you want, rather than you who's stern, stuck in your ways, and there's just I gotta fight to make you do the little things that I want to do. And I even talk about this, getting in tune with your femininity. It's understandable, you're single, maybe the time is a little bit there, kids, you know, you don't have kids. But even when you have kids, like you see so many women let themselves go. And you're like, whoa. When I met you, you were like this. And now I met you, you're like this. You know, how do I still love you the same way? And it's harsh, but if I met you like Beyonce, and then you ended up like, you know, old school Kelly Price, like, that's two different people. You know, is my sexual attraction to you the same? All these factors, like, you know, they really do play a role that people don't necessarily think about. And I only think about these things because, like, again, it was really brought to my attention and I accepted it, and I didn't try to step away and be like, oh, that's not that's not right, or no, I like, it's, you know, it's all about the women and we can be how we are and they will love us however they, you know, however I am. And it's a yes and it's a no. We need to, we also live in this kind of a little bit of a false reality of the way women look. So, you know, your natural beauty self, or, you know, you let yourself go. There's some girl who's hot off the surgery table, looking her absolute best, ready, willing, and able. And what makes you any different from her? You got a degree, okay. You got a little bit of money, okay. It's like, you know, there's so much more into it that I don't think that women were aware of, because, like, you know, maybe our mothers didn't teach it to us. Our older sisters didn't teach it to us. And so we need to go out and seek this information and seek this knowledge and things. So I can tell you that in the last about 4 months or so, I've gone double down on, like, I didn't get a personal trainer. I'm good in the gym myself. Just like, I've been active in the gym 10 years. So, like, I could get a personal trainer, but, like, you know, I can get in the gym and I know what to do. But I did need a life coach. Like, I have a friend who is a life coach, and, well, she's not really a life coach, but she has been a life coach to me. And it's been super beneficial because no, that outfit's a no. That makeup is a no. The way you're behaving is a no. This is a no. She's quick to tell you. And that person, you're able to emulate their lifestyle. They're not telling you A and then doing B. They're telling you A and they're emulating A. They're, you know, working beside that, and you're able to see how it really works itself out. And then you're like, oh, that is right. You know, Kevin talks so much about getting a life coach, getting a mentor, getting a therapist, getting a personal trainer, getting into your femininity. He talks so much about this because it really does build you emotionally, spiritually, physically, so that you're ready, willing, and able to get a man. Because, you know, I don't think sometimes women, it's hard about attracting a guy. It's a lot about keeping a guy. And, you know, what it takes to really build a household, and what it takes to, you know, mold and be that person that he wants to be with and that you would want him to be with. And so this video is just more so to tell women, stop running from Kevin. Look deep into him. He has so many examples, because so many different women call in with so many different, you know, backgrounds and different stories of, you know, oh, I married a guy when I was 27 and I divorced him and now I'm 40 and I'm single and I think I made a mistake. Or, hey, I'm 27 and I think I left the guy when I was 22. I think I should have married him. And also it gets you to sit down with yourself and come up with realistic expectations, because when, you know, we all like, oh yeah, 6 figures, that's what I want. Yeah, 6 figures, that's my type. And when you break down and realize, you're like, okay, how many guys actually make 6 figures? And how many of them are in your city? How many of them are you even targeted to, that you even have the opportunity to meet, that you guys could even build something? And it gets you out of this delusion, and it gets you into the real world, and it gets you, you know, he gets you to put things into perspective. So I'm making this video to let ladies know, don't run from him, run to him, ladies. Like, you know, listen, because it is, you know, going to be more beneficial for you when you kind of embrace, because like I even just like look and feel in myself, I'm like, yo, I'm totally different from when I was 4 months ago. And you know, even when I look and approach things, like I want to go different places. I'm like, nah, like I want to go to certain restaurants and go sit by the bar and hang by myself and do different things now. Like I even want to like it just broadens it. So I want to thank you guys for tuning into the Average Joe podcast. This video here is to let you know, ladies, listen to Kevin. And I'm going to be doing a lot more breakdowns, follow-ups, captions with Kevin, because I just think he's so important to women, because 80% of women out here are single. And I'm part of that 80%. And I'm trying to get over to the other side. Again, like I have like 14 friends, like in an actual group chat, like actual real girlfriends. And only 2 are married. And I truly find that to not be a good statistic. So I'm trying to get on the other side too. But thank you guys for listening. Like, subscribe, follow, you know. Okay, I am That Average Joe on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok. Okay, I just got on TikTok today and I just posted my first video. So y'all gonna check me out. And